All right, Taurus, let's go ahead and jump into this. Your underlying energy is judgment, okay? All right, let me show you the card here. Judgment. Underneath that is the High Priestess, or Hierophant, actually. The Hierophant. So, this is big. This is transforming. This is transformation from a time of commitment, a time of where you were feeling committed. I think you guys have maybe reestablished some sort of commitment, or maybe there were some religious factors, meaning like there were some differences in you guys' dating situation. Like you guys maybe the person that you're dating, or the person that you're seeing, or the person that you want to be with has someone that differs from your usual type. But ultimately, I feel like you found the commitment within yourself to continue the relationship. And now now you're making the steps and the choices to kind of, to walk in your new path, to walk into this transformation that, of who you are. I feel like you're no longer that person. You're no longer that person that will kind of have, that started out in the relationship that you guys are in. If you guys are in a relationship, if you guys aren't, just committing to yourself in a new way. I feel like you guys are learning to leave behind some old ways of being, some old ways of thinking, some fears, and I feel like it has a lot to do, with this transformation. It's just new you that's coming along. Realizing that you're not really the same person anymore, but you also recognize that there is a new chapter ahead that you can take on with your newfound identity and your newfound strength, okay? This is a very transformative time, Taurus, okay? So this is really good for you, really. I'm really happy for you guys. So, for your state of being, you guys have the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands really indicates to me that you guys have made the right decisions. You guys are being recognized for the work that you're doing. You guys are also possibly be wary of rumors right now, guys. So some things may be being said about you guys, but I really feel like this is a very victorious card. Every effort that you make towards a relationship, towards love for yourself, towards love in your relationship, anything like that, is showing to be very victorious. It's being recognized and it's being seen. Okay, and I feel like you guys do feel pretty happy about where you guys are in regards to your relationships, and that's why there's this Judgment card here, because there is some action that was called. And this is just kind of like the rippling after effects of it, right? You're seeing the really good, aspiring portions of it. You're really seeing that. And you guys are also, enjoying, the triumph of seeing that your efforts in the relationship are paying off and showing getting you to a place where you really want to be, I feel like. Okay, every step counts. And I think that with you guys living in the moment with the Six of Wands is really what's going to push you guys towards the right direction here. Now, where you guys want to be is the Page of Pentacles. All right, so you guys want to get to a point where you guys have started something stable. Maybe nothing big, nothing huge, but you want something that really offers you something stable and long term. I think you guys are making those moves and making those steps. Honestly, like you're making that that conscious effort to kind of lead up to the Page of Pentacles, because you're not. I don't know if you guys feel like you're exactly there yet. You're ready to kind of commit to that fully. That's why the Page of Pentacles is coming up. But you guys do want to get to this place eventually. This is your goal. This is where you guys want to be. And honestly, you just want to. You're living in the moment. You're very happy with everything that's happening right now. But you do want more. You do have, your ambitions set out for something that's long term. And I feel like this is a really good step, right? The thing that's keeping you from the Page of Pentacles is the Four of Wands. Either you guys have not moved, or you guys have not moved up to a level of stability yet, or a level of kind of where you guys can say, hey, this is where we are now. This is where, this is concrete. For some of you guys, this is exactly that. You guys have moved up. You guys are celebrating the work and the time that was put in to make this stable, this foundation for you guys in the first place. Maybe you guys have moved up in a level of commitment here, and this is what is, coming up to be like. You guys are just celebrating and having a good time and enjoying it for what it is. That's why the Six of Wands is there, enjoying every moment that you have, living in the moment itself. For those of you, maybe you guys have not reached that level yet, and that's what is kind of keeping you from that page of, the Page of Pentacles there. It's like you don't have that foundation yet. You don't feel like you have moved up in the level of commitment yet. And the reason why the Four of Wands is there in the first place is because of the Seven of Cups. I feel like there was a lot of decisions to make, a lot of things to see, a lot of things to really analyze and to process, because of course there's a lot of options ahead of you to make your, I guess, be your heart's desire, right? Anything and everything can be your heart's desire, but what can truly stand out, right? What's truly standing out to you? And I feel like there is, for some of you guys, there's a lot of choices to make, a lot of things to consider. There's a lot of really nice objects around you or options around you, but you have to look at the bigger picture of everything. And even look at the details of it, because everything can look wonderful and great and, and just splendid, but at the same time, you got to look beyond that to see that if it's just the picture, if it's just the outside, or if it's really something, that's going to take you to the next level. And really, carry out that wonderful, beautiful, energy with it. You know what I mean? Because everything can look great, but can it maintain that greatness? That's what the serious thing is to look out for. Now, for your advice, you have the Tower. Okay, now Taurus, this is one crazy ass card to get for your advice, because it's telling you to prepare for the unexpected. I feel really look out for for the unexpected, to kind of recognize the faultiness in the foundation also. Because the Tower crumbles, the Tower falls, and it has a lot to do, and it falls because of possibly a faulty foundation. Also, it being struck by lightning, didn't see it coming. But really look at what is missing in the foundation for you. Whatever is missing in the foundation, whatever is making this foundation very weak, you can work on fixing that. Now let me go ahead and pull. I wanted to pull a clarifier. So they're not going to say. That's just wonderful. So, actually, they are. The Tower is actually, it's saying, okay, expect the unexpected, look out for the cracks. And the cracks in the foundation have a lot to do with confusion, unclarity, just nothing being seen very clearly. You have to really follow your intuition. Honestly, there's nothing that you can do about this energy here, especially with your advice. You just have to go along with the moment. Allow yourself to kind of be led by your intuition right now, because whatever is happening, whatever could be coming up, is you really have to just kind of follow your intuition with it. Okay. All right. Now with your feelings, you have the Ace of Wands. You guys are ready to start something new and very exciting. I feel like this is a time where you guys are really, again, seeing the rewards, or you guys are seeing that your actions are being recognized, and you guys are really happy to see that happen for you. So this is really exciting for you. I feel like you guys are very excited about what's going on. Okay, this is also considered the bonus card for it. So for a lot of you guys who are feeling that Aries energy, and you guys are feeling a little frisky, but most importantly, this is really about starting something new and being more creative in your love life, and going about your love life with a lot more passion, a lot more drive, and a lot more ambition. Okay, so I feel like you guys are feeling more ambitious about your love lives. Very, very passionate about what you guys want in your love life. Your hopes and fears is temperance. So I think for a lot of you guys do want that peace. You guys want that time to kind of be like, okay, this is settled, let divine timing do its work. But then I feel like you guys don't really want to wait. With this feeling with the Ace of Wands, it's really interesting. You guys are very excited to get things started. You guys are very enthusiastic about what's happening. But at the same time, I don't think you guys really want to wait too long. I don't think you guys really want to have to kind of, I don't think you guys really want to, constantly balance things. Because, again, this is a situation where you're always having to kind of look over your shoulder and make sure that things are straightened. Because at any moment, things crumble. You really want to divine time to just kind of do its thing. Just do it already. Kind of just get it over with. Just do it. So that way you guys can really be at peace and be calm. But the only way for that to happen is to be calm within yourself. Okay, that's one thing that temperance always pushes, right? With divine timing, you have to have peace within yourself, because because without inner peace, everything's still going to be a mess, and divine timing is going to take a lot longer, because you still have to figure out those messes. So right now, your hopes and fears is taking time out and really having, letting divine timing do its work, but you don't want to wait here forever. You don't want to just kind of constantly just maintain the balance. I feel like, so for some of you guys, that's what you want to do. That's all you want to do. Keep things straight in the narrow, on point, great. But then at the same time, you don't want to sit here for this. You don't want to sit here too long for this. You want this new beginning to happen now. In your outcome, though, you have the Knight of Wands. For a lot of you guys, could be dealing with Sagittarius, Aries, or a Leo. For some of you guys, this could be traveling. For you guys individually, you guys could be, going some places, experiencing new things. But this is also, the outcome is, going off and exploring. For those of you that are dealing with a fire sign of some sort, or someone that has very passionate energy, someone that's very passionate, I think you guys really want someone that is that, I think the outcome of all of this is putting the work in your relationship, really looking at the options that are presented to you, and then recognizing the faultiness in the relationship, recognizing the foundation that may not be very stable, and following your intuition. That could lead you to discover new ways of, having more passion, having a lot more excitement in the relationship. And this could be also leading to a person that is a lot more passionate in the relationship with you. Let me go ahead and pull a clarifier for the Knight of Wands. Why is the Knight of Wands? Oh my gosh. Why is the Knight of Wands in the outcome? Excuse me. The Knight of Pentacles. Oh, Jesus. Okay, why is the Knight of Pentacles there? Give me some more information for that one. Okay, what the alright. The Ace of Pentacles. That's very interesting. For the Knight of Wands in your outcome, you have the potential to be more passionate about how you approach your relationship in a passionate sense, right? Starting something very serious. Well, here's the thing: the Knight of Wands is not good at starting things or continuing things in a very serious manner. Let's initiate things, have fun, and go after what he wants, because he can be very ruthless, just like just like the King of Wands, right? But the thing is, the King of Wands follows through while the Knight of Wands doesn't. Okay, so excuse me. I honestly feel like this person is going to come out to be not only very passionate and very serious about what they want because of the Knight of Pentacles, but also it leads to a very stable new beginning. I feel like for some of you, this is you guys going off and finding what it is to really initiate that spark in the relationship and really work towards something that's long term. By looking at the details, taking your time, really working at building something really serious with this person. Or you could be encountering somebody that maybe has issues with being very stable, or continuing out a serious relationship and watching them become very solid. That's very weird to me. But you have passion here. You have two knights. For some of you guys could be trying to pick between two people, actually. Because that's interesting to me. I'm going to pull one more card. Why is the Knight of Wands there? What else can you tell us about the Knight of Wands being in the outcome? The Queen of Swords. Woo! Okay, now you have three people. Alright, y'all. Y'all. Taurus. Jeez. What you doing to me? So, this could be a Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. But fudge. Either you guys could be dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, a Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, another one of you guys, or you guys could be dealing with another air sign, like I said before, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But ultimately, this has a lot to do with feeling more excited, feeling more passionate, really going off on, feeling more enthusiastic with the Knight of Wands. Okay? And the reason why the Knight of Wands is there is because of the time necessary and the time taken to really look at the details, really study and being very cautious about the, how you approach the relationship. I think there was a lot of detailed work in regards to this relationship, and that's what really makes the outcome more exciting. And the outcome could lead you also to the Ace of Pentacles because of the detailed work that you put in and the enthusiasm that you have behind it. All right? Like, you're working so hard to get to this Ace of Pentacles that this is really exciting for you. And exciting for you and your partner. And what else we could say about this Knight of Wands is that you have a lot more clarity in thought, or you're dealing with somebody that is really good at communicating and very clear thinking. That can be very harsh at times, because their truth is pretty strict. The truth can be very brutal. How interesting. But ultimately, I feel like there's a lot of, consulting with people, maybe consulting with someone that's a lawyer, someone that is, or maybe making cuts. So maybe you guys are just like, you know what you want and you know what you don't want because you did take the time out, and you know what you're trying to aspire to get to, but you have to be the Queen of Wands, or some of you are dealing with the Queen of Swords, rather, to kind of get to where you need to be. So, it might require you to be a little bit more feisty, and more ruthless, a little bit more uncompromising. But the Queen of Swords is the Libra card, so it can be compromisation, but I really don't feel like I don't really feel that. I feel like actually finding whatever it is that makes you happy, making that decision, and then sticking to it. This person just knows what their truth is, and they stick with it, and that's it. There's no compromising, no nothing. So there's you can come at them with your options, your truth, whatever, but this person is going about whatever they want to go about. So I feel like this ruthlessness is coming from the Knight of Wands. This person that is in your life at this time, either this is you guys or this person as well, and they are very serious about what they want. They may take their time, and they may be very slow about how they handle it, but when they want something, it can be very, 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 very passionate, and it's very hard to kind of take them off that, to steer them off that course of action, especially if it's towards something that they believe it's going to last them quite a long time. Now, what's very interesting that you guys got here for your romance angels is release your ex, and this is saying the time has come to clear your energy. Okay, honestly, I don't really think this is talking about letting go of exes. I really feel like this is talking about letting go of old expectations, clearing energy of things that you may have had, some hopes that you may have had. Some old ways of being, some old ways of thinking, some old ways of, operating, because again, your underlying energy is judgment, and underneath that you have the Hermit. Okay, so this is routines. This is, the way of being, right? Like, this is structure. This is the Taurus card, and this is who you are. So you're literally having to leave this behind with Judgment coming up, right? You have to change. You have to change your behavior. Change this, the old ways of being. You're no longer that kind of person, and you have to release that, honestly, because you trying to cling back to the old Taurus is not going to bring new things. You're just going to be left with the same. So with release your ex, I feel like with Judgment here, it is time to just walk that new path in your new skin, because this new skin that you are wearing is going to bring you to something new. Ace of Pentacles is there. Page of Pentacles is there. You got a lot of wonderful, stable energy here, but you don't want to just stop at that one thing. You don't want to just say, hey, you know what? I don't really want to do this, because yes, making that step in your new skin is very scary, no doubt. But when you do that, you will see that you will see that new energy come in. You'll see that new stuff come in by releasing the old energy, releasing that. And it's letting go of some old stuff. It's letting go of whatever you're worried about, whatever you're afraid of. Let that purge. Let that just release itself and become the new you by taking control of your life, making that call to action, making that decision to go ahead and say, you know what? This is the new me. This is how it's going to be. That's it. That's why I feel like this can be you and your partner, because honestly, there's a lot of walking in your truth. And this new truth as well is what's going to get you to the Ace of Pentacles, but you have to be ruthless and fearless to get there. Queen of Swords is not fearless. I mean, she is fearless, rather. She is fearless. But you have to be fearless yourself first. Okay, Taurus. Alright, and you guys have look at your pattern in relationships. Very interesting. It says, it requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. And that is going hand in hand with release your ex. It's time to let go of some old ways of being, Taurus. And I know it has a lot to do with the fears and the things like that, because we're in Aries season. Aries is your 12th house, and it's looking at the things that make you uncomfortable, make you feel a little bit uneasy, and makes you all tight. But now it's time to release what it is that's making you tight. Face those fears. Face those things that really can actually get you to the next phase by facing what makes you uncomfortable. And sometimes it's dealing with dealing with somebody or dealing with a plan that doesn't really guarantee you 100% stability. If this situation is all out in the air, because this is honestly, this as a, if you're a Taurus, this looks like freaking mayhem. There's nothing guaranteeing stability. There's nothing guaranteeing any sort of like foundation at all. This is horrible, but but this is also very exciting, because this is also taking risks and putting yourself out there and saying, hey, you know what, I trust that I can get to where I need to be. You want stability, because the Temperance energy is all about keeping balance and staying very local, staying very still. You have excitement here. You know what you want. You know your passions, but you also are you're not liking the stability. And honestly, it's okay. Sometimes you can't have stability at all times, but at the same time, you do need trust in yourself. And that trust in yourself is what's going to get you to stability. Even if this is rocky for you, or this is just too imbalanced, or this is just too wobbly for you, this is showing you how much you've changed. It's showing you what you need to change about yourself, or what you need to see within yourself to be able to compensate for times in your life where it may not be very stable. And that's why the Seven of Cups is there. The Seven of Cups is never certain. You're never certain with the Seven of Cups. Everything's kind of like, what the hell? Release your ex. It's just because there's nothing stable here does not mean that it can't be. It doesn't mean that it can never be. It just means that right now you're in a situation where it's not stable, and you have to release that tendency to want to kind of like, to kind of like lock up and just kind of stay stable. And I think you've already kind of done that, right? And I feel like you have already made decisions that may put you in a very risky spot, very risky spot. So really adapt to the new skin that you've got on, Taurus. Really adapt to it, because this is what's going to make any relationship awesome for you. By taking a risk and doing something that doesn't guarantee you long-term commitment or stability of some sort. Because you have to have that within yourself. And if you don't have that within yourself, like I said before with Temperance, if you don't have that stability within yourself, then it's not going to, Temperance is going to be a lot, divine timing is going to be a lot harder to wait for, if that makes sense.